Welcome everybody to our live stream here. It's Friday, thanks to whatever. It is finally Friday, September 10th. Alright. Friday, September 10th, we're taking challenges. 5+3, casual, bang. We just go. Let's just play some chess. Sumeher, Miro, BTW, Asterbait. Thanks guys for tuning in. Asterbait challenging. Last challenge was quite tough. I doubt I could get in queue and stay in line with my restless browsing syndrome. Sumeher might not have been ready. He challenged me, but he's not moving. He doesn't expect to get his challenge accepted. I almost never accept the challenges like immediately. And I wasn't in line. I mean, I wasn't here a minute ago. My foot hurts. I don't know why. All right. Sumeher, there you are. Caro Can. I think when I was a kid, we called it the Caro Can. Before I learned how to pronounce it correctly, you know, come to think of it. Caro Can. The Caro Can. I just wasted 30 seconds for nothing. The Caro can't. Hey, it's Miro. This looks familiar. We've got a host of Caro Can players here. Vaguely familiar. G6. The old G6 move. So what does Bishop E5 do? I don't know, but I'll let you know when I find out. I talked about this B5 idea. That's sort of dubious. The other day. What about H3? Stopping Bishop G4. It's not even necessary, right? Bishop G4 is the least of my problems. This position, Bishop G4, H3 takes, is just good for white. That's not an issue. Star Trek. We try to be true nerds here and, you know, discuss Star Trek and chess. What makes you bring that up? Oh, Khan. Okay, knight A6. Right, no, we talked about this a little bit. These positions are always, you know, they're always a little bit different. Every one is different than the other. My other brother is a Caro Can player. Queen B3. Uber protected. Excuse me while I... Wait a minute. Excuse me while I wait a minute. Let's calculate. Calculate is the word? Excuse me while I calculate. This position from a knight f6 Scandinavian. Well, it's sort of from hell, basically. But they're closely related, the knight f6 Scandinavian and this kind of g6 Caro Can. Damn. Am I losing a piece here? Almost losing a piece. I saw it and I was like, he'll never see it. He misses a lot of tactics. But it's just too obvious, you know? My bishop has no squares. Okay, we got 2, maybe 3 pawns for this piece, so it should be interesting. Gotta have a positive attitude. As I said to my friend when we both were shortly about to lose in the last poker tournament I played in, gotta have a positive attitude. It's important to have a positive attitude right before you lose. Alright, so bishop takes b5, rook b8, a4. We've got 3 pawns for a piece. We're looking at something like 3 pawns for a piece, probably. There's no way out of this. If I get his b and a pawns, but numerically, you know, pawns, that's not enough. You know, they have to be quality. There is this knight d4 in some positions. Bishop takes b5, rook b8. There's also knight takes b5, bishop takes b5, bishop takes b5, rook b8. Or I could let him take on c4 and just have a massive amoeba of pawns. I'm gonna give him the piece like this and keep my pawns together and focus on development. It's not enough, but I'd rather not break up my pawns. You know, let's try to keep this chain together. I don't like takes on b5, bishop b5, bishop b5, rook b8 with the broken pawns and the bad structure. I'm going to be down a piece for 2 pawns. But it's still maybe not that easy for black to navigate, you know, with a 4-pawn chain there pushing down. This is, was this e4? Yeah. It was e4. Caro-Kann. I blundered with queen b3 and lost a piece to this b5 takes and pin it tactic. You know, like when you play the move and you see it as soon as you play it. Of course, b5. Alright, but it's still interesting. I mean, I'm sure that black is objectively winning, but it doesn't make it easy to do so. Our pawn chain will be dangerous. I've got to keep these pawns, you know, rolling. And I also wanted to develop. With bishop e3, I have this. Connect the rooks. Knight g4 is an obvious move, but I'm not sure. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe I should have played bishop f4. But it's not clear, like, knight g4 is that good of a move, honestly. Like, what does it even do? He has e5. If bishop f4, e5. The original plan was bishop d4, but maybe I should play bishop c5. There is this. And my bishop can park on a3 or something. Knight a6, bishop a3. It's not that bad. And there is pressure on e7. Speaking of parking on a3, well, I'm on that pawn as well. mean, these pawns are extremely dangerous. B4 is even possible. I have serious counter chances here. '95. What? That is a very strong bishop on E5. I don't even want his rook. Maybe I should take it. The bishop on E7 is as strong as a rook, though. Objectively. I have C5. Then he takes on C3 and takes on D5. He takes on C3 anyway. What? Wow. I'm like the weakest international master in history. What a mess. First I was totally lost, then I was totally winning. Man, this is a horrible game by both of us. Truly. I don't even want to begin. Think about this. Maybe the worst game ever played on lichess. I don't know. I know that I'm part of a terrible, terrible chess game. A major part of it. Anyway, whatever. We played badly, man. The only thing I'm curious about is when I lost a piece, what the best way to defend that position was. I'm curious what the best practical defense was when you played b5. You know, here objectively. What does the computer do here? Because I think I have practical chances in this position, and it's really important to judge like what the best way to go is here. Bishop f4. Because I ended up playing like bishop e3, getting hit by knight g4. Was it better to just play bishop f4 right away? But it looks like I did the right thing not breaking up my pawn chain. Like, taking here is really bad. Okay. Anyway, bad game. Astrobate, Arsenal fans, Sardai. Guys, let's play. Let's do better than this game. Ham for free. Haven't seen you in a long time. I'm starting to take up Astrobate's opening repertoire. What are we gonna do after f5? I haven't heard hyperbole in a while. That's a good word. f5. Is that a move? Master, can that be right? He takes. This is like a little bit slightly unsound. Okay. What do we do next? I know what to do. It's the King's Gambit reversed. What do we do in the King's Gambit reversed? This is madness. Arsenal fan, I misunderstood. I thought you played last night, but that doesn't make sense. So your game is Wednesday. Drinking club is on Wednesdays? Knight f6, g4. I don't like it. I almost played h5, honestly. I mean, seriously, is knight d5 a good move? No, drinking club is on Thursdays. Okay. The opposition party. The Tories play on Wednesday night. B4. The Zwischenzug. This is insanity. Love this. Yesterday I was playing a bunch of anonymous games. I was playing the King's Gambit or Vienna every game with white. and the elephant gambit with black. That's my new repertoire. Definitely c4 astrobate. Excellent. Excellent move. Very sound. This is a face palm. c4, what are you doing? So we got him out of his like comfort zone with the early counter King's Gambit. King's Gambit reversed. I'm serious, I almost played h5 on move 3. I mean, g4 is so strong for white there. Principled approach. Why so flashy? Nothing flashy, just bad. I was gonna go knight b4. Let's stick with it. Maybe it's bad because of queen b3. My knight is trapped. I have bishop a5. Seriously, he has queen b3 here. My gosh. My knight is trapped. I'm doing that a lot to myself today. You missed it. The second piece I trapped in 2 games. That's pretty sick. Yeah, this is another great game. Very accurate. Yeah, my play is deteriorating here, it looks like. Now that can't be right. His problem is that he plays too automatically, too fast. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the games today. We're obviously not looking for quality, but quantity. Quantity rather than quality. Man, can you imagine the Centipon loss of this one? Has anyone ever done this? F5? Probably not. There are no games found. It's not recommended. I think that e takes f looks good. So the interesting thing is, it's the most American thing I ever said. The quality. Quantity rather than quality. I mean, what is black supposed to do here? I'm like knight f6, g4, game over, man. This is like the worst King's Gambit ever. It looks like I'm just getting stampeded by g4, g5. It's really bad. This is really bad. Accelerated King's Gambit. So what is black supposed to do? I literally almost played this because g4 is so devastating. And I was like, this can't be right. So what are you supposed to do? I need a place to put my king in case of queen h5 check. So that's why I played bishop c5. Yeah. Knight f6, g4 is just hopeless. I'm not going to repeat this experiment. Alright. No mercy. No mercy. Mercy's a little short on games, but he's close. I usually ask people to have 100 rated games. Alright, you're close enough. Close enough. But I do like playing e4, e5. these days, just for fun. The repertoire F5. Another? Like, what's the chance of 2 Viennas in a row? Knight f6, g4, bishop c5. Whoa. g5 sack a piece. I thought about it. But that tempo seems like it might have some relevance. The queen f3, right? Yeah, we played this once before. I got a good position against somebody. I can't remember now. Well, it wasn't bishop d7. So what was my move? I just took? I think I just take. So what's black's move here? Knight takes c3? Yeah. Who plays this line with white? No clue. I forgot what we had last time. Damn. I do not recall what happened last time in this variation. Maybe it was queen d7 and castle's queenside. No Mercy 1700 in Bullet, but he makes instant moves. So I suspect this must be one of the regular players from our stream who created a new account or something. That's usually what happens. Random people don't challenge me that much. This is somebody's Smurf account, I guess. F6? This looks like a good position for white, though. Perfect play. I don't like the rating. I don't like the rating difference between Rapid and Blitz there. That's not good. It's a bad sign. 1700 Blitz, 2100. A 400-point difference between Rapid and Blitz. I usually ask people to have 100 rated games. I should really stick to my requirements. I was hoping this is a legitimate account. It's got almost 100 games, but very large difference of rating between Blitz and Rapid. That's suspicious. Looks like we're in trouble already. Basically perfect play by white. I could probably resign here. Let's just resign. All in favor of resigning. I don't like the look of this. I'm gonna resign it. I shouldn't have taken that challenge. They actually made 3 inaccuracies, 1 mistake. Yeah, the computer says they're inaccuracies. Alright, whatever. I'm not going to take any more challenges from people who have less than 100 games. I'm just too paranoid. I can't play. If I don't trust them, they might not be legit. This is very likely a human player, but I'm totally paranoid. Knight f4 is dubious. This looks like a very good position for white. Why is knight f4 dubious? What? Dubious? And strong. Steve. Alright, I don't know. I'm just going to abandon this game. I made some kind of strange move, though I don't know what it was. Yeah, I mean, kind of think of it, what happened is, like, they always take with the D pawn here. So that's the way my last game went. I don't know what this is. I never faced B takes C. That was played instantly by my opponent. But it's been played. Queen H4 check forces a queen exchange. Alright. Let's play some games. No more challenges from people with less than 100 rated games. I just can't stop thinking my opponent is a computer. Or might be. Let's play. Arsenal fan. I'm still going to stick with E5. Arsenal's really good. I feel like he's very good with E4, E5. Welcome, Husky. We're going to do the Xerox. Yeah, I don't really like playing Queen H4 there, honestly. Maybe Black needs to find a different way to play for a win against that line. Because that seems kind of like easy to play for White and no real danger. Seems like White's just a tiny bit better. I don't really want to go into an ending where I'm a tiny bit worse. Queen H4 does seem strange. Like, it never even entered my mind. I feel like playing dubious stuff today. Does anybody want to live up to being that last account I just played? I'd feel better if it was like one of the regular players and like reassuring me that they're legitimate. Arsenal, did you know this line? This is the Xerox variation. Okay, knight c3 right away. Huh. Yeah, I think that's the best move. Well, actually, on the previous move, knight c3 is number one. Okay, so what's this? Castles. I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing for fun. The road to GM chess. I'm glad it's one of the players in the chat. I just get paranoid when I'm playing new accounts. I mean, the rating of 1700 Blitz and 2100 Rapid is very strange. And you're playing like instantaneous moves, and you have a 1700 Blitz rating. I mean, that doesn't really make sense to me. It's kind of a red flag. Why are you so fast if you're 1700 in Blitz? You used to play me on your old account. Okay, that's what I figured. It was someone that I've played before. But I don't understand how you can be 1700 Blitz and 2100 Rapid. That's pretty strange. 200 points is a standard differential. Alright, bishop f4. It's pretty easy for me to get paranoid and think I'm playing a computer. Bishop f4, interesting move. f6. Looks good, looks very compact, Arsenal. And I need to get my pieces out here. I mean, queen b4. I'm just down a pawn. This sucks. This sucks and I'm just down a pawn. Right? Right. What's the best excuse you have heard for having multiple accounts? Well, I mean, you know, I have another account. I almost never use it. But a lot of streamers have more than one account. I mean, sometimes I just want to play without people, you know, like sending me messages and stuff or challenges. But, you know, that's, I feel like, a legitimate reason to have another account. It's okay to, like, cancel your account, close your account, and make another one. There are people who have, like, 10 accounts, which is sort of stupid. Lichess doesn't want people to have multiple accounts for no reason. Plus, they can manipulate tournaments and... Alright, so the problem is knight e5, bishop d7, knight d7, knight g5, right? I'm losing a pawn, at least. So what do I do here? Nothing, we're just lost. It's still very difficult to be 1700 in Blitz, even based on 6 games. If your real strength is 2100, what did you do? Like lose 6 games to 2400s or something? Maybe not that easy, you know, even in a provisional situation. I'll just take challenges with people who have 100 games. I feel a little more confident with that. Although there are still people who cheated me. Bishop c4 Arsenal is just brutal. Man, I'm not even allowed to play like a slightly dubious opening. You hate this position, so do I. I shouldn't play it, I don't know it. But I was hoping that Arsenal didn't know it, but apparently he does. Arsenal, you really face this gambit? King Chaser, 16 1700 sounds unreal if he played lower rated. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if he played just 1100s to start as a counter or something. That's true. I didn't think of that. I guess if you start beating 1100s. Yeah, that's a good point. You start out with what? It's been a long time since I started my account. 1500 or what? Yeah, there's no reason to have alternate accounts for random people. So you start with 1500. You'd have to have a bad start if you're 2100 strength, you know, and not get higher than 1700 after 6 games though. There'd have to be like a setback. That's a red flag for me when I see people who have massive difference in their ratings. But yeah, I mean, whatever. 6 games is statistically irrelevant. You always see this guy on lichess has an account for white and another for black. Oh my god. That's so sick. It's like my teammates, whose names I will not mention, they would only play the matches where they got white every game. It's ridiculous. They had like set it up with our manager. Because they're 2 of the highest rated players on the team, they arranged it so that they would always only play usually when they're white. I'm like, man, and they managed to like use this system to gain a lot of rating points, like always being white and only playing with white. I didn't like catch up on it for a while, you know. I was like, I thought it was just a coincidence, but I'm like, it seems like I'm always black, you know. I'm really naive. I'm like, that's weird. And so, you know, they're so rating oriented. They literally arrange their team matches so they only ever play with the white pieces. It's perverse. They who shall not be named. He has 100% games with black. Wow. How's my knight doing? I guess I should have played knight d5 there. Damn it. You got me in time pressure too. Crapnik. Brutally strong. It's like playing Bobby Fischer. My God. How fast is he? He was definitely winning. I declined your draw. Yeah, he's winning. Incredibly strong. Alright. That was a great game by White. Just rushed. Oh, today there's India versus Hungary. I don't really believe in the online Olympiad. I mean, it's like random players. Knight FD2. At first I thought he was talking about like cricket. Maybe Hungary started playing cricket or something. Like India versus Hungary. Wait. What is he talking about? I'm not a believer. It's pretty ridiculous, man. Online Olympiad. I'm sure there's going to be like a lot of 2100s who play like grandmasters. It's ridiculous. They can have the European Championship in Reykjavik, but we need an online Olympiad? No. That doesn't make sense. I mean, I realize that some places, like, COVID is much worse than others. But I mean, still. You could have the online Olympiad in a safe place. I mean, the Hungarian team is like kind of random players. You know? I mean, they're grandmasters, but... The COVID situation in India is worse, and probably a lot of players have trouble, maybe more trouble traveling because of COVID. So I guess for them, they might be taking it a little more seriously. But as far as I see, like, the Hungarian team was just like made up of random players. It looks sort of stupid. Yeah, I mean, the players should at least play in a common place, and that's better than some Zoom tournament or something. But I'm not really paying attention. I would have liked to watch the European Championship a little more closely, because that was a good tournament. Levente was streaming that, and I know Feta Master was too. Two Hungarians did well in the... Actually, our Panda and Horses Club teammate, Nagy Gabor, otherwise known as Gabix, qualified for the World Cup. He did play once or twice for our team. He and Erdos qualified for the World Cup. Erdos finished 7th in the European Championship. Connection problems. Yeah, I'm playing all kinds of weird openings today. This looks weird. C5? What the heck is C5? Can I play E5? Let's do it. Yeah, if I had thought about it, I would have maybe done a stream. I wanna incorporate occasional like over the board tournament streams. I mean, not over the board tournament, but me covering over the board tournaments. I never did commentary lately, but I wouldn't mind in a tournament like that. But this online Olympiad seems weird. Yeah, I can't wait till the COVID stops to be an issue. I want chess to go back to normal. The problem is, like, there's always tournaments like Weekends A, and like, there's 6 people doing, like, live coverage. Seems sort of stupid. To be, like, the 7th person streaming the same tournament. But I really would like to do occasional live commentary. That's what I used to do back in the day, you know, many years ago, before live streaming really existed. I used to do audio commentary for other chess sites. That was our main thing. So I'm okay here, right? We're like picking off that c5 pawn. White overextended with c5. You intend to go. Yeah. They have like round robin. I thought they had like round robin tournaments for amateurs at Weekends Day. I think one of my former students actually played in a group, you know, of like lower rated players. My dream is to be invited to the Isle of Man. The art of analysis is kind of lost because of reliance on engines. I mean, I try to find the happy medium. It's hard not to get carried away using the engine too much. And I also don't want to ignore it. You know, it's like, it seems strange to pretend like there's no engine, you know. I mean, using it as a tool without overusing it is the thing. Anyway, what's my choice here? I have to do this. So does he have compensation? Interesting. Does white have enough compensation for the sacrificed pawn? Maybe. Let's see, knight g5, 96. He doesn't have enough compensation, or does he? Knight g5, 96. 96, bishop e6. I guess in that ending I'm better. I'm up a pawn. Does he have anything else? I mean, there's this. Kind of reminds me of the Smith-Morra sort of thing. But I mean, he's down a pawn. Pretty clear here. I mean, obviously the pawn isn't great, but it's still a pawn. Yeah, what was this opening again? Oh, this crazy knight fd2. Yeah, I've never faced that before. I think there's an obscure game in the database. This is kind of paranoid. Bishop e3. Clear pawn up in an ending. Gotta be close to winning. I mean, you know, maybe like bishop endgames, rook endgames can be drawn here. I'm not necessarily winning because I'm up a pawn. But close to winning, maybe. How about 94? That's illegal. I mean, it drops a piece. It's practically illegal. Here. Bad moves are illegal. Now he's got serious structural problems. I'm not the only one. You're down a pawn and you have structural problems. It seems too much. You know, 2 weak pawns and a pawn down. He does have counterplay with rook e1. Let's go here. I should have considered taking on c3. Is that just winning? Maybe not. This is... Wow. I mean, I don't know. I gotta be winning here. Two pawns up, plus the 7th rank. Alright, we got lots of challenges. I just asked if people have 100 rated games. He's got a... The other day I played someone who had like 30,000 games. I was like, yeah, that's a legitimate account. If you've played 30,000 games and you haven't been banned for being an engine yet, you're probably pretty legit. This player has 5,000. Anybody here have 30,000 games? Probably. I guess if you have 30,000 games, you probably don't have multiple accounts. It's safe to assume. I guess I'm not counting bullet. It's easy to pile up thousands of bullet games. I mean, 30,000 non-bullet games. Astrobate? He does 30,000 classical, yeah. How's that working out for you, Astrobate? Do you think it's improving your game? Playing lots of mindless classical games? I thought it was improving you. But it could be, you know, depending on how seriously you take it. If you're not focusing and just playing like it's bullet chess, it might not be helping you that much. It's kind of like doing puzzles like Hey It's Miro said. He just like clicks through a lot of puzzles. Someone the other day, someone I played was like counting how many puzzles they did. I was like, that doesn't matter, it doesn't mean anything. Some people just like, you know, guess the first move they think of, and that's doing a puzzle. I imagine it's like speed reading, though. Hey, it's Mira. There may be returns, you know, just not as much. It's an interesting question. Maybe there is retention there, you know. Maybe you're subconsciously learning. That's kind of what I'm asking about Astrobates. Thousands of classical games. He's kind of playing them like they're bullet chess. But at the same time, you know, just playing massive volumes of games, it probably has some kind of benefit. But also maybe it has its disadvantages too. Alright, what's going on here? I always hate trading off that Chigorin knight on c6. Now, pawn takes was the idea to gain a tempo. Obviously, knight e4 loses. He can play bishop g2 there. Right. right. Speaking of masturbate, reinforcing bad habits, playing lots of games. So the voice of reason from Arsenal fan. Yep, you got to admit, that's a good argument. I want to play knight a7. Crazy position. e6. Maybe I'll play one good game today. So you wondered if that's why I've taken a few breaks? Increased rating on returning. Well, you're hungrier. You know. I think that's normal. I missed this. But I'm getting his rook as well, right? Let's see. Takes, knight e2 check, king h1, bishop g2 check, king g2, knight takes d4, pawn takes c8. Yeah, that's a problem for black. He's losing a rook, right? There is that issue. Losing a rook. Loss of rook is not good. Honestly, I love this reverse Grunfeld. It's been very effective for me. He's not going anywhere. He's got a good pawn structure. That's true. That's true. Structurally, black is better. Structurally down a rook. But you never want to let up and take it for granted. Give me that. The theory load of the Grunfeld compared to something like the Marshall or the Benoni. Well, I think when you talk about the Marshall, right, it's like one variation. Yes, it's very deep, but it's like not even an entire opening system. You know? I think the Grunfeld is pretty heavy, probably more than the Benoni. Maybe equal to. But I think the Marshall is less. I mean, you're just talking about one part of an opening system there. You have to prepare a lot more than just the Marshall. Every kind of line against e4, e5, whatever, you know. The Marshall's one variation, essentially. But I think the Grunfeld would be similar to the Benoni. Probably a little bit more theory, I imagine. More people play the Grunfeld. There may be more systems. I'm not sure. If one had more theory than the other, I would say the Grunfeld probably has more. It's more popular All right, king chaser. I've been playing e4. Easy openings, ones that flow easy. Well, I don't know. Depends on what you play. I guess in the Najdorf, you could say like, well, there are a couple different ways to play the Najdorf. Sharp positions. I'm just picking Najdorf because this could be a Najdorf. If you play setups with e5, it's probably easier than e6. Because e6 would lead to opposite side castling, a lot more sharp positions. Anyways. King Chaser 2400. Impressive. Yeah, so as I was saying, e5. That would be easier to learn for the Najdorf player than the e6 systems, I think. And you're always playing the same structure, the fixed e5 structure. This bishop g4 seems a bit strange. Okay. Yeah, how am I supposed to deal with like bishop h5? Yeah. That wasn't typical. I could play bishop g5. Really focus on the d5 square. What is he doing here? He's gonna like sacrifice a piece or something? Bishop takes h3. Coffee house. I thought he would play bishop c6, honestly. That looked reasonable with the idea of like knight d7. It's an unusual plan, but maybe not that bad. I don't like bishop g4 though. He shouldn't do that. But objectively, like maybe you should just go bishop h5. I'm not going to play g4, I don't think. I mean, white is better here. Just better control of d5. Yeah, I mean, this is like a standard Najdorf. I mean, that's what white's goal is. In the Najdorf, in the Sicilian in general. So this is probably a book position. But bishop g4 is a bluff, He doesn't really want to trade that piece off. He could have just given it up and played like knight c6, but white will be better for the long term. Now he plays the normal square, bishop e6. It only moved 3 times. Better late than never, right? Man, I'm hallucinating. Alright, knight d2. stupid move? Probably. Man, I mean, he has 97 there. We're both making mistakes. You know, I don't see why he doesn't play 97 at that point. What should I have played? I don't get it. Maybe I had to play 92? That would have been better than what I did. Maybe bishop g5 is just a mistake for white. It's just simply a mistake. Horowitz? IA Horowitz? Getting old school now. The most iconic chess author of all time. This was what bothered me about bishop e3. Somewhat annoying. Clearly. Let's say like c3 is no good. Or is it? Alright, we have knights, he has bishops. That's life. Whatever. Knight c5. Whoa. He doesn't mind that. Weird. Here I'm going to drop a pawn. Now this is really annoying that I have nothing here. Queen e2? Stupid freaking square. Now, is this even a good move? I don't know what to do. It's amazingly difficult to make progress here. But I guess that can be applied to black as well. What did Husky say? I mean, he could have played bishop e6 directly, of course. He gave me h3 for free. Then he wasted another tempo. And he's still pretty solid. He played bishop g4, bishop d7, bishop e6. Bishop e6 is a normal move. Now what? It's like a Sveshnikov. Maybe I had rook a4 there. According to Astrobate, it's good to see the King's Gambit back in top-level chess. Endgame. Modern endgame time controls. I don't know, man. What's going on here? Black's a good defender. What impresses me is that he didn't know theory at all. He's playing the Najdorf without knowing theory. You know, you have to be a good defender to do that. Safe to assume, right? Nah, it looks bad. Whoa, what am I doing here? Did he miss a move? Queen takes c3. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, my play is slightly better than the first game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Black was better at some point in this game. I feel like I let this get really sloppy. Was I always better? Really? Knight f3, bishop e7. Yeah, I mean, this is just not a move. Look who played this move. The young Badr Jababa, of course. Like, soundness and correctness never affected him whatsoever. Jababa's opponent played no h3 and lost. Yeah, obviously, like, bishop e6. Yeah, so he's got a bad position after bishop d7. But seriously, here... what about bishop c6 for Black? I feel like you're at least putting pressure on my center. It's interesting. You can put the other knight on d7. It's probably not that bad. There, here. And then we were debating what the best move is. I see. Bishop b3 is best. But I was worried about this. Threatening knight c5. Wow. You know, so white has just, you know, kind of a normal slight advantage here. You hope COVID... What? Hi, fellas. I hope so COVID can't pass through the keyboard and Twitch. Because I'm literally semi-dying last 5 days. Great Lazarus. Don't go to raves too much. I hope you get better, man. He must have got COVID at a rave. I thought you're too old for raves, Great Lazarus. You're like my age, or... He's too old to go to raves. The raves can kill you by themselves, man. Alright. I hope you feel better. Most likely you will recover. So we got another challenge here from Hey It's Mira. COVID raves. I try to stay away from the raves in general. Hey It's Mira playing e4, e5. In honor of Asterbate, we started playing the Vienna game. Great Lazarus, you can't give us COVID, but you can give us other viruses through the keyboard. They're suggesting soon that nightclub in UK will require a COVID passport. State police in Vermont were arrested for selling fake COVID vaccination cards in the US. That's pretty embarrassing when the state police are getting busted for selling fake vaccine cards. Yeah, we're playing your new opening. It's close to the King's Gambit. That mystery account played Queen F3 against me. Alright. I guess BC is a move. Boba Fett. They misspelled Vermont? Really? They misspelled Moderna and wrote Moderna. Alright. Dumbasses. I also saw this article today about why people in Missouri aren't taking the vaccines. There was this guy, he was like, I'm not taking the vaccine because you took away my president, you know. You stole my president, so I'm not going to take your vaccines. It's so sick. I was like, what are you talking about? We're not going to take your vaccine because you stole our president. You cheated us out of our president. It's a crazy world we're living in. Right. Because Trump was cheated out of the election. In fantasy world, they're not going to take a COVID vaccine. That's their revenge. My Midwestern accent, not very accurate. I probably do a better British accent. Arsenal fan. So people in the Ozarks are not taking COVID vaccines, or they have to secretly get vaccinated in Missouri because their friends might find out they got the COVID vaccine. Ronald Reagan, an actor as president. Yeah, it's hard to qualify Donald Trump as an actor. But I guess technically he is. He's a bad actor. Literally. I'm just hoping he runs again, man. My money is like here. I've got like bags of cash. I'm gonna like drop on party poker betting. I'm just waiting for the right time to do it, you know. I've got my prop bet cash bags just sitting on the windowsill waiting for the right odds for Donald Trump to make the announcement, and his crew gets hyped up and the odds start to go up that Trump is like the favorite to win the next presidential election. Because I don't want to like double my money. I want to get more than that. You know, I want to get like odds and double my money. No, we're talking sports betting. No, I'm serious. It's like guaranteed money. You see, that's exactly why. Because of people like you, B-Jock. Go to Ladbrokes and check the odds. Even after all of his craziness, Biden is still a huge favorite. But I think the odds could drop to around 50-50 if Trump announces he's going to run for president. People are not going to let that happen. But you don't have to believe me. I'm glad there are people who don't believe me, because otherwise I wouldn't make money. I rely on people like you, B-Jock, to double me up. We have to. There have to be believers. He's been preserved. So what do I do here? I was gonna castle. I guess I should. Maybe I should have castled queenside. Alright. The politics of Afghanistan, I'm not going to get into that. But I would recommend like whoever wants to talk about that, make sure you've done your homework. I'm politically approved. Wait, we have to have a politically approved. We have to have a political approval. We have to have political approval to talk about. Not really politics. I just want to like make a lot of money on Trump supporters. Actually, that's what the Republicans want to do. That's their whole plan. I'm trying to do it through betting, though. I'm basically the same as Republican. I just want to make money on the Trump supporters. Politically incorrect. I wish I had bet like all my money on the last election. It would be kind of a high risk, though. That's a lot to risk. But timing is everything. I've got to wait, until the right moment. Because right now, Ladbrokes has it as Biden still a solid favorite. If you put your money in now, it's too early. You can't bet on Biden anyway. He could like die or something. We have to wait. We have to wait a little bit. The House always wins. Well, they do, right? That's for sure. You got to allow yourself a margin for the rake. Of course they do. Man, you should see how much rake the local cash game takes in. in poker. The house always wins. I'm not into sports betting, but if I get a sure thing, I'm going to bet on it. You know? England versus my last sports bet. England versus Ukraine. You know, that's the kind of bet I like. When I know it's like 100%. India, Hungary. You should probably bet on India. Can you bet on the online Olympiad? Well, all I know is that the Hungarian players are like random grandmasters, not like the top, you know, players in the country. It's not like Rapport is playing for the Hungarian online Olympic team. And Almashi is not playing. So that's not really, you know, that strong of a team. You got no Almashi, no Leko, and no Rapport. So I'm not seeing a lot of chances there. You can't, you know, have a team without your best 3 players. Well, you can, but it's not really a good idea. Grinding down the end game. Man. Snipe. I'm getting more and more warmed up. Is that another pawn? Feed me. I guess A4 is a good move. Hey, Smiro. It's late. He's not in good form. You can tell. He's usually much more alert. He hung 2 pawns here. I know it's late for you. Hot Dog. Hot Dog has 226 games in just Rapid alone. The knight never moved. It's preserved like Donald Trump. You can paint some orange on it. Bet on the Astromate. Okay, let's play something legit. Too much Petrov. Not good. Doesn't Donald Trump realize that everybody sees he has, like, orange makeup all over his face? Like, it's kind of crazy. Does he think people really think he's tan or something? D3, solid move. So we're going to transpose to a Berlin defense with D3. Bishop takes C6 is solid. You bet €1,000 on this game? Yeah, this is like betting on England versus Ukraine. That's the only football I'm gonna bet on when it's like 100%. I was a little nervous, honestly, because there was a chance like Ukraine could, there was like a 1% chance they could manage a draw against England, right? I mean, there had to be like a 1% chance. Bijak is Serbia must be in the Euro qualifiers, right? I haven't paid attention. It looks like Hungary's in trouble. They're gonna finish like third or fourth in their group. I don't know. England 4, racist 0. That's what I was joking with Arsenal. What about this bishop on b5? Hungary seems like they're playing a lot worse than they played in the Euro. They actually played well in the Euro. I mean the Euro. I mean World Cup qualifier. They're playing better than the worse than they played in the Euro, is what I'm trying to say. Not the same team. I'm a big football expert. Not. Alright. So I don't know. Knight c4, nice move. I'm a little worried about your bet now. €1,000 on black here. White seems to know sort of what he's doing. I'm not inspired by my position. How's the People's Day going? People's Day? People's Day. People. Peoples. Victor's Peoples. Alright. I don't see what else to do, honestly. Transfer to the king side. Purple People Eater. Wow. Bishop c4. Interesting move. I think he would be satisfied to exchange bishops. He's rated 1,000. I'm already impressed. Antich is a chess grandmaster too. Man, is this bad for me? Damn, dude, 1,000. That's not cool. I guess he's pretty good for 1,000. He is 12, 25 rapid, but that's a fair rating, you know, differential. 200 points is standard. I was paranoid when the guy earlier was 17. Okay, now he made a crazy move. He played a perfect game and then took here with a pawn. It's unbelievable. I guess Be Afraid's point is that people are better at openings than they used to be. You know, so the average 900 can be as good as anybody. But obviously that's an oversimplification. People make less mistakes in openings than they used to because of things like Chessable. But there's still a lot of rubbish out there, honestly. But there are surprising players who are like 1,300 and they play like a master in the opening. I get that all the time. Yeah. That's true. So his game was great and one absurd blunder. I mean, if you play amateurs in the unrated games as an anonymous account, you know, you see all kinds of garbage. People playing really horrible chess. I was doing some games last night, just randomly. 4 out of 5 games are awful, and then like you'll get one really pretty strong player once in a while. If you play just random anonymous accounts, some pretty bad play on the average, and then again the occasional strong player. Yeah, why don't I play c6? I didn't want to weaken my d6 pawn on the d file. This is why the chances of making blunders decreases. In the middle game, there are limited choices. I don't know. I feel like it's easier to make mistakes in the middle game. There's a lot going on. Middle games are complicated. It's easy to make mistakes in all phases of the game. Actually, this is not a very exciting game. I'm just kind of holding on to my extra pawn. He's not playing that bad except for that one blunder. Weird. Gotta watch this diagonal. Also that. I don't really like the way I'm playing this, honestly. It's kind of a subtle move, too. One absurd move by White, but other than that, a very good game. It's kind of weird. He's not creating any weaknesses. Knight f5 was winning the exchange? What? What are you talking about? Where? What? Knight c5? Winning the exchange? surely it's not that simple. Now he has more time than me. $1,009. Slightly underrated. I just blundered. Hung b5. It's horrible. What an inane move I made. Why? King g8? That was one of my better moves. Defending the f7 pawn? This guy's like 1,000 going on 1,600. He plays like he's 1,600, except he just makes like really absurd blunders. But other than that, he was very solid. No, even here, I mean, he's fine. I mean, my f7's hanging. He played very soundly. He lost the pawn, but he's still in the game. And then I like hung b5. So after this, he's probably better here. At this point, queen takes b5. White is just better. No, I don't think he's 2,000, but yeah, he was solid. It's hard to say. 2,000 might be pushing it a little bit. He didn't really do anything, but yeah, he was very solid. He did make that crazy blunder with d takes c. But I think if he's really that good, he'll be like 1,800 in the next year. Yeah, Arsenal. 2000s are not that bad. Well, he wasn't that bad. He made two like absurd blunders, but I wouldn't say he was bad. He played okay. Everything he did was okay, except for d takes c4 and hanging his queen. You know. He made 2 blunders and then played the rest of the game like a good player. That's not a normal 1,000. Should we split the win? What do you mean? Oh, the €1,000? Yeah. I'm gonna save it for my political prop bet in 3 years. My main concern is that Joe Biden lives long enough to get elected 2024. But I don't subscribe to the theory that he's like mentally unfit or something. He's just, people, get sick when they're in their 70s and stuff. There's no guarantee he'll make it. All right. A3. So that's it, your move A3. So it's like you're going to play this and knight A4. What is this A3? What is A3? Seriously, queen B2? Queen b2, what? Knight a4, queen b5, e4. Wow. Are you serious? Queen b2, knight a4, queen b5, e4. And then my queen goes to like a5 check. You play bishop back to d2. And then I play queen somewhere, like queen d8. And I'm up a pawn. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Right? Check. And then home. c7 or d8? I think d8 is safer. Play like Sparrows is sort of malfunctioning. He put the knight on a4 and he played a3. Seems weird. I just made up queen b6. It's just the joke. How about knight e4 here? Knight e4, knight d7, knight c3. He played bishop f4 against the Benoni, and then I just like played this weird move. Queen b6. And suddenly he started to like... He just quickly played this weird move a3. I think maybe queen b3. I don't know what white's supposed to play there. It's not looking good. Ben Oni. How much time do we have? 2 more games? GM Sean. Thanks everyone for joining me. Don't forget to support the stream. You can donate some gift subs. It's September. Or just a cheer. We haven't had a lot of cheers this week. It's been kind of a slow week. Pegasus, Sweden, WJ Loof. Leading cheerers. Arsenal, sorry we had a little mishap and didn't get to your game yesterday. I'm looking into it. See what went wrong. I should have done Arsenal's game for yesterday's subscriber stream. But I assure you, the blame will be fast and furious. I think Arsenal had to leave, actually. He might be gone. Alright. Deriv goal, Prospect Ari. Prospect Ari is always like... He missed out last time. He was last challenger. You spend your available dash. Nice job, Astrobate. gift leader for this week. Mr. Slow wasn't here, so you filled in. Usually he's very supportive. Come out with your hands up. Now how am I going to get this pawn? It's just a matter of time. Surround it. Set up a gambling syndicate. Predictor. The predictor. Well, you can bet on... Does he bet on chess? So what am I doing here? You can bet on chess, I guess. I don't really do betting. Just again, as I said, if it's something that's like a sure thing. England, UK versus Ukraine. England, UK. England, Ukraine. Alright, rook e4. No. Rook e5. No. This move. Yes. Damn, dude. It's like how to lose in one move. Are you even serious? I seriously want to lose in one move. I find the only way to lose instantly. Like a magnet. Bishop d4, rook d4 resigns. Seriously. Not very strong if I fall for that. Must set up blockade. This has taken a little bit more than I thought it would take to take him down. Of course, d6 loses to rook e6. He's always like the toughest player to finish off. As I mentioned earlier, it seems like Play Like Sparrow plays better and better as the position gets worse. A lot of people fold up when they're worse. I'm a good defender. But I think it's rare. A lot of people lose motivation as their position gets worse. It seems like Play Like Sparrow gets tougher. He likes defending. Or at least rises to the challenge. Rook e4 is interesting. What's he up to? Obviously, we can play g3, anchor that pawn. We should be winning here. It's a pretty ideal blockade position. Blockade at the stockade. Gave it up. I thought you'd try a little bit more. D6. Rook takes A3. Rook E4 check. Give it the last college try. He's lost. So what's up with Queen B6, by the way? Is this a playable move by me? Never been played before. Completely throwing him off with a nonsense. Rubbish move 7. Novelty. How bad is it? It looks bad. Queen C2. Yeah. And then I took the pawn. Yeah, it's good. So A3 was a terrible reaction. Alright. I'm going to play these last two challenges against Truvgol and Prospect Ari. Truvgol winning the last game. I lost in time. He did get his first win. That was a B3, right? It was the same opening. Alright. Be afraid. England. I don't know, I have England on my brain. India versus Hungary started. The online Olympiad. It's a very, very unusual move by White. That doesn't look right. No pressure. 300 centipon loss means that you're a toddler. There's some toddlers who can play a mean game, man. I don't know. You think you're really toddler level? Yeah, A3 is like a Najdorf Slav move in that last game. So what am I supposed to play now? Just castle. Take it at your own risk. He didn't want it. I was sacking my pawn on E5. Not interested. Now I'm thinking I should have played bishop E4 last move. In retrospect. But you just played rook E1 now. Yeah, it may not be that great. So he's going to put a lot of pressure on my pawn. You know, this is kind of lame. Got to keep you out of your preparation, Prem. It never occurred to me, and I was sitting there looking at the board, and I thought, you know, Queen B6 comes up sometimes later on. So, what's happening here? White just played C4. He can do that? Seriously? Wow. Are you sure? Come in. Yeah, you rush too much. You know, when encountering a strange idea, you should definitely be willing to use your time. I thought, like, worst case scenario, even, like I said, worst case scenario, even queen b3 is pretty good for white, probably. But the engine moves were more natural. Queen c2. Not a great square, but, you know, not as bad as, like, rook b1 or something. Queen c2 happens on the white side of the Benoni. Speaking of queen c2, this is like a King's Indian queen c2, though. This is not the white side of the Benoni. All right. I mean, bishop takes f3, like knight takes c5. What's that? We're just playing positional chess. I'm just going to play one more game, Ripun. I've got to leave. I've got a lesson. No. You can't be next. Because you're not next. As much as I like you. Alright. Bishop takes e4 is a good move. If you send me a large donation in the next 1 minute. No. Well, actually, I'll think about it, but bribe is possible. It wouldn't be right because I have 2 other people challenging, and on Fridays I just take the challenges. We don't favor the subscribers. That's why. That's why I do it that way, so new people watch on Fridays. What is the theme of this game, right? Kitten rescue? This is a little like the Najdorf game. A little earlier, where we're trying for d5. Here we're trying for d4. But b4 is a good idea by white. I like that. Smart. Interesting. Open file. But the game is still very complicated. Queen b6, queen b3. Queen b6, queen b2. I'm sorry, queen b6, queen b2. Not queen b3, because then knight d4. Queen b6, queen b2. Or maybe he plays something like b5. But it looks bad for white. Thanks everybody for joining me. We're going to be back on Sunday with my weekly simul. Don't leave us just yet. Oh, that's your plan. That doesn't work. That wasn't on the radar. The radar screen. Oh, you've got a kitten. That's why you're talking about kitten rescue. Dogs and kittens. Well, I don't like that diagonal. To be perfectly honest. We are winning this game with impressive, decisive positional pressure. I've only got one more challenge. Brodinsky. Oh man. That's a huge square. Oof. That was not a good move. Dhruv goal is crushed. Game over. Positional victory. Prem, thanks for playing. Alright, Brodinsky last game. I don't know. Ari keeps disappearing. We had a challenge from him. Take a bath. Good luck with your bath. The Petrov's boring. I gotta stop playing that. It's like the summon on sound attack. I think Feingold played this in the World Open against this guy Michael Brown, and it's Jude Acer's attack or something. So bishop takes d4. Is this is like the variation, right? It's almost okay for white. Yeah, white almost has compensation. I forget what it's called. What happens if f takes here? f4 gets really nasty. We looked at this with summon on sound. White has like, yeah, almost playable position. Summon on sound likes weird gambits. I think you're supposed to trade queens and play f4. It's all about f4. But I think if he doesn't do that, it's probably not enough. If I play h6 here, what happens? Bishop h4. Oh my god. The wind like blew the door open in the next room. It scared the crap out of me. It's like, you guys heard that. There was a huge bang. Alright, h6, bishop h4, queen d4, queen b5 check. He has this as well. And f4 ideas. So h6, queen b5 check, queen d7. We can play this. And that will come in handy if white tries to play f4 later. Now the question is what to do here. Queen b5 check is the move. G5 probably not so great. So I need to be accurate now. I mean, I guess castles is okay. Castles has got to be okay. But that's committal. I could castle queenside maybe. So what happens on queen d4? Knight c3. Queen d4, knight c3. Bishop d7, rook d1. That's interesting. It seems like white has almost enough compensation. You know, the other move that I can play, I think this isn't the main move. I'm thinking like the main move is actually d6. Knight e6 was a suggestion. Not the only option. How about bishop d7? Bishop d7 blocks my queen. Then on f4, bishop c6. I stop knight b5, I mean queen b5. I develop a piece. My bishop needs to get out anyway. It's the Fort Knox. Queen e7. Queen e7. Knight c4. Bishop e5. I mean, he could play knight d6 check. Castle's queenside. You know, so we're a pawn up in an ending. Maybe white has some comp. Maybe white has chances to draw objectively. I missed this though. I didn't think he would do that. Rook d4. Queen b5. Okay. Queen b5. There's some tricky tricks though. Yeah, I have tries. Queen d7. It's a nightmare. Nightmare 2000. I was really scared you can play queen takes e5 here. Queen e5, rook e4, queen c5. Rook takes h4 and queen a7. I don't know, man. Maybe black's in trouble there. That's rather worrisome. What do I want to do now? Endgame Mister. Mister of the endgame. I don't know how good this is, actually. Maybe not the best move, but It's hard to say. All three captures are possible. I don't think I like bishop f6 either. I think you should keep that bishop. My knight is pretty useless. And if you play like bishop g3 coming up, I think he has that. He had to keep the bishop on. My knight on f6 is going to do what exactly? I've got to worry about the e5 pawn. Now he's lost. He just resigned. Yeah, so let's go back to bishop takes f6. Let's go back to where I have to go, guys. But let's go back to here. Bishop c4, queen c4, castles, a5, queen b5, here. This is apparently a blunder. But why? Why is this such a bad blunder? I should have traded queens with queen b4. Alright. So here, here, what if here? Queen c5. Again, I have to trade queens. That is winning. But if I take this, I'm sure that it's not good. Queen a7 is a mess. So you could have played that. But I think this endgame, all three captures are possible. How do you decide which way to capture here with black? I played the worst move according to the engine. King takes. But this is a terrible blunder. Bishop takes f6. f3 is the only move. Because my knight is pretty paralyzed here. You know, well, where is my knight? You know, if I get it there, okay, but I think bishop takes f6 is a really bad move. Alright, guys, we'll see you later. Thanks, everybody, for playing. I will be streaming on Sunday. Stop by for the simul. Thanks again, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.